Shalom, friends. It's the Kiva with Israel in 5, and I want to share with you that these are very challenging days in Israel right now as a result of the war that just recently broke out a couple of days ago between Israel and Iran. Day-to-day life here has changed dramatically as schools are closed and businesses are closed, workplaces are not open, people are working from home, and this has had an effect on Meir Panim and its ability to help those in need across Israel. But at the same time, it has increased the numbers of those who need specifically the kind of help that Meir Panim gives through its centers scattered throughout the country, as well as its programs that target and help all kinds of populations, young and old, from all different kinds of backgrounds. And this is the time that Meir Panim needs your help even more. And that's why we're asking you to open up your heart and give what you can by clicking on the link below. Go to israel5.org/donate and make a donation in the amount that you can to make sure that Meir Panim can continue doing the work that it needs to do, that it is known for, that it is best known for, right? To help all kinds of Israelis in need. And right now, because of this war, there are more people in need, people who are not working, people who can't leave their homes. Some people have lost their homes as a result of ballistic missile attacks from Iran on Israeli neighborhoods throughout the country. This is the time that Israel needs your support, and specifically Meir Panim needs your support in order to continue to help give out the meals and the help and the assistance that it has been doing for so many years. Meir Panim has turned its centers into a pickup and delivery type of structure because of the restrictions on day-to-day life aspects here in Israel. And you can help Meir Panim get through these challenging times so that they can help Israelis of all kinds get through these challenging times. So again, please click on the link below, open up your hearts, give what you can. This is the time to show our love and support for Israel in general and Meir Panim in specific. Thank you so much, and God bless. Yesterday, I visited the site of an Iranian ballistic missile attack that took place on Sunday morning in central Israel. I want to tell you about the devastation I saw there and the incredible strength of the people that I saw there as well. Shalom, my friends. This is the Kiva Gersh with Israel in 5, where we give you everything Israel in 5 minutes. Please like and subscribe. And if you have any questions or want to keep the conversation going, please do so below in the comments. Yesterday morning, I heard about an incredible opportunity to help people in tremendous need. People who suffered the worst of the worst, lost everything in an Iranian ballistic missile attack on their homes on Sunday morning in central Israel. My son and I got in the car, we drove about an hour south, and we went to this neighborhood in a densely populated urban part of central Israel. And as we drove up and we got our first glimpses of the destruction there, I was absolutely and completely shocked. Everything was destroyed. There were 2 apartment buildings with a school at the back in the middle. The school is where the ballistic missile fell directly and was completely crushed, completely destroyed, completely decimated. And as a result of the blast that took place after the fall, the apartments in both adjacent apartment buildings were completely gutted, completely destroyed. It was like being at a war site, which is exactly what it is, because we're in a war with Iran and they're sending hundreds and hundreds of ballistic missiles at Israel, specifically and purposefully at civilian areas. We got there, we looked around, and we asked, how can we help? We got right to work taking things out of people's apartments, whatever could be salvaged, whatever could be saved, anything that was still intact, anything that wasn't destroyed. Most was destroyed. We saw apartments where the walls were completely blown out. We saw apartments where the walls between their apartment and the next apartment completely blown out. We saw kitchens in disarray. We saw bedrooms turned upside down. We saw a baby's crib with a piece of wall that had fallen into it. We saw kids' sandals. We saw pictures of rabbis that the people living there looked up to. We saw things that had to do with Shabbat. This was just Sunday morning, so there are things still left over from Shabbat. The most powerful thing we saw there, though, were the people. I walked into one apartment. After walking into many apartments that were completely empty, I walked into one apartment and I saw 2 women there. One woman lived there, and the other was her sister helping her. She's a single young mother of 3 young children, and she was going through her apartment to see what she can take, what still exists, what still is around to take. I saw her and I asked her, this is yours? As you lived here? She said, yeah. I'm like, you were here when this blast took place? She's like, yeah. I'm like, where were you? She said, we were downstairs in the shelter, right? That's why we're still alive right now, right? Anyone who wasn't in the shelter was severely injured, right? Even in that complex right there were two people killed. Right? So the devastation was complete. Every single apartment destroyed. But I want to tell you about is the people, including this woman. We're going through an apartment where we're packing boxes of plates that didn't break and clothes that are still there and her children's books that are still intact. Right? And taking them outside to her car so she can take them to the hotel that she's temporarily staying in. And the half an hour, 45 minutes that I was around her and we were working with her and helping her, I couldn't help but notice and be in awe of her strength, of her faith, right? She wasn't broken though. Her entire apartment was broken. Her entire life was broken. She herself wasn't broken, right? She even said, I know this is all for the good. I know this is all from God, right? Thank God that I'm still alive. Yes, this is horrible what happened to me, but what's most important is that I and my children and all of us were still alive. Right? And I saw that over and over again with each person I met and each person I spoke to. I spoke to a man who has seven children, and they couldn't get to the shelter in time. So what they did is they went to the innermost room of their apartment, which is the most secure, and then the missile fell, and they felt it in their bones. They felt the blast in their entire bodies. And when it was all over, they looked around and they looked at each other and they're all still standing. They're all still alive. They went out of that room and they saw their apartment completely destroyed. Completely destroyed. He said it was nothing less than a total miracle. He told me that just moments, like seconds before he got out of bed that morning, awoken by the siren, right? Just seconds later, once the blast took place, once the missile fell, the wall next to his bed fell over and landed right onto his bed. People were seeing miracles left and right. And while, yes, there was destruction and devastation, and it's horrible, and it's so sad and it's so heartbreaking, I couldn't believe what my eyes saw. I couldn't believe the total destruction that I saw yesterday. I'll be honest with you. I went into a kibbutz on the border of Gaza that was attacked on October 7th. Many, many months ago, I went into Kfar Aza and I saw the devastation and the destruction there. And while there are two different stories and two different parts of this war, what the devastation looked like was so similar. What I saw yesterday and what I saw there, so similar. Signs of war, signs of evil, right? The results of those who fight against us because they don't want us not only to be here in our land, in our homeland in Israel, they don't want us to be alive. But again, what I saw yesterday, the people, every single person who I saw, their faith and their strength, I understood once again, and even stronger than ever, that that is our number one weapon. We have amazing weapons. We have amazing people, amazing fighters and soldiers and leaders and pilots and Mossad agents doing incredible things. But our number one weapon is our faith, is our strength. It's unbelievable. I saw it with my own eyes yesterday so clearly, so strongly. The people of Israel live. The people of Israel are strong. The people of Israel will not only get through this, right? We will thrive through this. We will survive this and we will thrive through this. And after this, we'll continue to thrive because of that strength and because of that faith. All the best, my friends, and be well.